Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Peace Jones. Don't forget to like this video, to comment on this video, to subscribe to this channel, and to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time that I upload a new video, okay? So how have you guys been? It's been a little while. I haven't checked in, I don't really think since like last month, honestly. So I've been super busy. I've been doing a lot of traveling. I have one more travel vlog to go up for you guys, hopefully by the end of this week. But I have had a lot on my mind, and I have had quite a few topics for my healing series and my dating series that I wanted to discuss, okay? So first of all, I do have a new video for my dating series coming up, and it is an update on my dating life and dating in the DMV, basically how my summer went dating. And then I have like a few other topics that I want to discuss. So yeah, stay tuned and look out for those. All right, so let's get right into the topic of discussion today, okay? I've just been feeling like I almost want to start having like some type of like live stream, but I need to get my subscribers up because I really want to have like interactive dialogue with you guys. But I've been feeling like I've really just wanted to have like a safe, open platform where we can just be real, open, and honest about some things that cross my mind a lot, affect a lot of people, affect me, and just have some real discussions on it, right? And one of these things would be Black men going to therapy, okay? Now, I know a lot of you are going to jump and be like, oh, well, Black women need to go too. That's very true. Actually, white men, Asian men, Hispanic men need to go too. And white women, Asian women, and Hispanic women need to go too. But this video in particular is directed towards the Black men, okay? Now, let me tell you why I decided to discuss this, right? Because I know this is like a topic that you hear all the time. It's all over social media. And honestly, I think a lot of Black men are getting more comfortable with it. I actually spoke to at least 3 guys within the past few months that have literally openly admitted to me and were very proud about going to therapy. And I literally stopped them and said, I'm proud of you, because a lot of Black men are either against it, they don't want to deal with their issues, or they think that they don't have any. That's the number one. They think that they don't have any, okay? So the moment that you mention it, it's like, no, you need to go. No, I don't. And it's just like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we're a little too old to still be trying to dismiss our own issues and pretend like things that are concerning aren't going on, okay? But like I said, I think that it isn't as taboo within the Black male dynamic anymore. I know a lot of celebrities even are making it like cool or popular or okay. I know Charlemagne has really been an advocate for mental health awareness and therapy, and he literally mentions how he goes every week. He might go more than once a week. I know Meek Mill has, said that he is all for therapy and Black mental health awareness. And then there's a few other celebrities. I think like J. Cole has said a few things about it. And I just want us to get to the day, the time in this lifetime where it's just a part of life, where people go to therapy to the point where it's just like grocery shopping. You know what I mean? Because there's so many damaged people in this world. And the reason why I'm highlighting the Black men is because, you know what I realized? I come across a lot of really great Black men, okay? I have a lot of really great Black men in my circle. I work with a lot of really great Black men, or I have. Right now at this particular moment, I don't. I follow a lot of really great Black men, hardworking, intelligent, go-getters, ambitious, helping out the community, helping out the world, traveling, just doing amazing things, creators, artists, all of that. And so I know the capabilities, and I know the magic that Black men have inside of them, right? But one thing I can say is that a lot of the Black men that I feel like could have been a great friend to me, or could have remained in my life, or could have been a great partner, all of that is washed away because of mental health concerns, because of emotional trauma that hasn't been addressed, because of psychological issues that haven't been addressed, because of things that they don't want to see. I don't know whether they don't want to see and they don't want to admit it to me, or whether they genuinely don't feel like they have issues. But some of these issues have been so evident, so obvious, to where as though I'm out in public and people are noticing things, or to where as though I'm having phone conversations and people are picking up on things, or to where as though I'm, reaching out to friends or family of this person, and they're confirming that these things are very much so concerns, very much so issues, and I'm not the only one experiencing it. And in fact, other people are experiencing it on a much more concerning level, okay? And that's sad, honestly. It's sad that you can have such an amazing body, right? And I'm not saying like a physical body, like, oh, you have abs. Let's say like a body, like your actual human body. It's amazing. Your brain, it's amazing. You have this amazing shell, but you can't be all that you can be. You can't give all of what you have, because these mental restraints are just preventing you from growing, from living, from being the best you, from having really good bonds, really good relationships, really good friendships. It's affecting your family life. It's affecting your level of motivation or inspiration. It's affecting your ability to live life. You know what I mean? If you're anxious all the time, or you're always experiencing depression, you're not living life to your full ability. If you're trying to mask your issues with drugs and drinking, and you're high and drunk all the time, you're not able to function and contribute to society or your job or whatever else the way that you should be able to, or the way that you could be able to, okay? So I'm really trying to, I think if you're alert enough, you're catching on to the fact that I'm really trying to like dumb this down. I'm really trying to shed light on things, or say things without actually saying them. But if you're catching my drift, like, a lot of Black men I encounter, I just feel like they have this, it's like this beautiful presence, but it's like this dark inside. You know what I mean? And I pick up on that because I'm very intuitive. I can read someone. You know what I mean? Now, one thing I will say that works to my downfall is that I will see things and then just cover them up with the good in you, right? So I'll see like really alarming, concerning traits and actions and all of that, but I will overlook that to see all the other great things, right? But I feel like when I see that dark inside, because it's very evident, like first date evident, or first time meeting evident, if I'm talking about like a coworker or a friend. And when I catch on to that like dark side, and the dark side is basically like your emotional trauma, your mental health issues, your anger issues, whatever, it's almost like when I catch on to it and I try to like, mention it or ask questions in a really nice, respectful way, because I'm not a probing person. Like, I understand that you don't just meet someone and say like, hey, did this happen in your childhood? Or, hey, are you going through this? Like, you kind of got to work your way in there, you know, make mention of it when the time is right, kind of, you know, be empathetic about it, right? But when I do this, I feel like the first initial answer is like, no, it's you. Haven't done anything to them, haven't, you know, been mean, haven't been disingenuous, haven't had any character flaws, haven't tried to hurt them, harm them, anything. But it's just like, no, it's you. And it's almost like, sir, you've done this. You've said this. I've taken all of that on the chin. Haven't called you out, haven't disrespected you, haven't played on your insecurities, haven't done anything malicious. I've taken it all in. And now I'm telling you there's a problem. And now it's me. Now I'm the bad guy. I have all these issues just simply because I told you that you're the problem. I made mention of things that I noticed that have already been confirmed by other people very close to you as being very, you know, concerning issues. But because I'm telling you and I want you to do better and I want you to seek help, now all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. I'm the one with the issues. I'm the one who's doing this and that. And I'm just like, you know, that's some very childlike behavior. And that's some very like victimized thinking. And it's like, you know, how do you get to this point in life where you can't even take constructive criticism? How do you get to this point in life where you can't see your wrongs? I mean, like I said, I don't know if they're joking. I don't know if they just don't want to admit it to me, to my face, or if they really think they don't have these problems. And that's the scary part to me. Like, I don't see myself ever in life getting to a point to where as though somebody can't tell me something that they noticed about me that's concerning, and without me saying it's them. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I have had times where people have been super insecure about themselves and they'll try and project that onto me. And in that case, it's like, no, I'm not going to sit here and accept whatever it is that you have an issue with yourself that you're trying to place on me. But if it's ever been like someone coming from a very genuine place, someone who's watched me, someone who does have, you know, good intentions and positive thoughts and ideas about me, but they just notice that there's certain concerning things that I do or say or characteristics or whatever, and they're like, hey, you really need to turn this down or turn this up or work on this because it comes off this way. I've had friends tell me that. I've had a mentor or, you know, teacher, whatever it may be, say that, and I'm like, okay, you know, and 9 times out of 10 I realize that already, and it might be something that I'm trying to work on, and I'll be like, hey, sorry about that, I get that, I'm gonna try and work on that moving forward. But I'm a very self-aware person, so there's really not much about myself that you can critique too much, because I'm always aware of like what I'm doing, how I'm treating others, and I'm trying my best all the time to make it as good as possible. You know what I mean? But yeah, back to the topic at hand. I just think it's a really sad space to be in when you reach adulthood, and instead of you accepting that, yes, you in fact have some serious deep issues and you need to address them, the only response that you have is, no, it's you. No, it's your fault. And it's just like, sir, you're not going to get too far in life if you continue to think like that, right? I've watched men mask their issues with sexual desire, literally not being able to just stick to one woman, having to have multiple sex partners at once. I've watched them mask it with smoking marijuana. I've watched them mask it with being an alcoholic. I've watched them mask it with gambling. Just like really unproductive things that eventually are going to catch up to them. and make their situation even worse, right? Another thing I can say is that I feel like as friends and family, we have to be more proactive in being honest with our friends and family. I'm not going to say pushing them to go to therapy, because at the end of the day, they're adults. You really can't push them, but just being honest with them. You know, I've talked to people where their issues were clearly a concern, and their family, let's say their mother, would have like private conversations with me and be like, yes, I noticed this about so and so. Yes, this is an issue. Yes, so and so has anger issues. Yes, so and so needs this and that. But then in their face, it's never so and so, you should do this. So and so, I as your mother noticed this. It's always like in their presence, oh no, my baby's this, or no, my baby's that. And it's just like, you don't realize how you are preventing them from becoming their best self. You're literally coddling them into a lifestyle that's gonna really mess them up, because when you're not mentally healthy, like, it's gonna trickle down into everything else at some point. So you're really not helping them at all, you're hindering them. And as far as friends as well, I've dated a guy in particular where initially I thought everything was great, but literally after our first date, I caught on to so much and I was almost like afraid. Like, it was very bad. It was very concerning. It was very scary. And after talking to that person's really close friend and other people that were close to him, it was like no one cared enough to sit this person down and really say like, hey, these are really deep concerning issues. You do know you do this, right? Are you aware when you do and say these things? Like, are you in your body? Are you in your mind? Is your mental, like, do you know that you're doing this? You know what I mean? Like, it was that bad. And these friends, you know, and it's not anyone's job. So I can't really sit here and say like, oh, these friends should have been more, like, I don't know, like, I guess they should have been more proactive, but like, people have their own issues and problems, right? So you really can't get mad at the friends, but I just don't see myself having a really close friend and I'm noticing these issues and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna let you literally self-sabotage. Like, it's to a point where you're already messing up certain things in your life, but I'm gonna let you keep doing it. Like, I don't see myself doing that. Granted, I have a lot going on in my life. Granted, I'm nobody's parent. But if I notice really serious issues with my friend and I'm concerned, I'm going to make sure they get some medical help. I'm going to make sure they get some professional help immediately, because I don't want to see anyone go down the road of possibly losing their job, of ruining family relationships, of putting themselves in situations where someone else might not understand their issues and they can get hurt very badly, of allowing people to be under the influence mixed with possible psychosis and end up going out driving and harming themselves or someone else. You know what I mean? And like I said, this circumstance, without getting into too much detail, was extremely serious. I kind of I saw a lot of good in this person and I truly loved this person. So I kind of, you know, dealt with it for a lot longer than I should have. And I also felt like I could get this person help. I tried to get this person help. I made suggestions. I was very like pushy about it. I considered talking to the family about it so we could all be on one page, but that just wasn't really happening. And it ended up that I couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't take it. And I chose to leave the situation. And this person, to this day, I believe, has never received any help. And it's unfortunate because I can only imagine what will come of the circumstance. I'm just gonna say that. You know, I hope it's something good. I hope at some point the person has a breaking point and decides to go get help before it's too late. But at the rate that they're going, I can only imagine what it's gonna lead to. And it's very sad and unfortunate to watch somebody just deteriorate before your eyes. That was on the more concerning, sad part of or end of me dealing with guys with severe mental health issues. I've also dealt with some where it's just like, okay, I can tell you're very insecure, right? And insecurity doesn't have to be these non-attractive men or these short men or these men that are really skinny with no muscles or these men that aren't driving the sports car and making six figures. No. Some of the most insecure men I have ever met in my life are decently handsome or very attractive. They have a good salary. They may be educated, so on and so forth. And you would just never think that they're insecure, but they are some of the most insecure men I've ever dealt with. So it could be something as small as that, or not really small, because sometimes insecurities will cause a man to go bonkers, but that's another issue that you need therapy for. You know, why are you insecure? Why are you projecting your insecurities onto others? Why is it that you're, calling other people out on things that have nothing to do with you? Why are you so tapped into other people's finances and what they're doing in life? Those are all insecurities. Anytime you have to keep on addressing someone about what you don't like about them, oh, well, why is your hair fake? Why is your hair blonde? Why are you fat? Oh, I hate stretch marks. Oh, well, what do you make? Because I make this. Well, only people with degrees can do that. Well, I don't drive a Honda. When are you going to get a new car? Like, it's just like, that's an issue that came from somewhere. Something in your life sparked that, right? So things like that, they need to be addressed. You need therapy for that, right? Then even anger issues, that projecting or that displaced anger, that's the worst anger, where it's just like, this is not my situation. I did not cause you to experience any of this in which you're tossing at me. I did not make you angry. I did not do anything to you. So take that back to where it came from, deal with it, and come to me and treat me how I've treated you, right? Don't project all that anger and animosity. And I've had guys say, well, I didn't want to buy you this and that on the first date because I've dealt with girls before that. Sir, take that back to where it came from. Go back there, address that, heal from that, learn from that, and then when you come back to me, treat me based off of how I've treated you. Don't come to me talking about what someone did to you. I'm sorry for it. I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry for it happening. I can show you empathy. Maybe we can even discuss it. But don't come to me placing that burden on me. And these are things that people might overlook. Oh, that's just something little. These are things that are going to affect your relationships. And a lot of times, I truly believe some of these Black men that just have so much potential, they will make amazing fathers. They will make amazing husbands. They will make amazing friends, partners. It's prevented because of these mental health issues, these psychological issues, these emotional issues, these anger issues. And it's like they can't see beyond that, right? I recently had someone that I was dealing with tell me that he was ready to settle down and have kids, right? That means you have to get married. That means you have to be a father. You have to be ready for that, right? But the amount of issues this dude was dealing with, it ain't gonna work out. I mean, you have to be ready for that mentally. Being a husband and a father is no walk in the park. Being a wife and a mother is no walk in the park. So when people have these desires, please check your traumas first. Please address your issues first. because they don't go away with marriage and kids. In fact, they get even worse. So that's one thing that I've always said. Like, I'm trying to be the best me before I decide to settle down, because I don't need to drag, my misery does not like company. I don't need to drag anyone into any problems or unresolved traumas that I may have. I don't need to drag my kids into that either. And that's why I work so aggressively at trying to be a better me, at trying to heal from things, trying to have a better understanding of things, trying to sit in my emotions and process them before I go deal with it somewhere else, right? Now, is this to say that I'm perfect? No. Is this to say that I don't, get angry sometimes or get frustrated sometimes? Hey, I'm an Aries. I can be a hothead. I got a mouth on me. If you come at me the wrong way, I'm going to say what I have to say, right? Especially if you're in the wrong. Like, no, you're not going to just talk to me any type of way and treat me any type of way. However, I'm not out here actively projecting things onto men that I meet. I'm not out here with insecurities, talking down on people or judging people or tapping into their life to compare myself to them or see what they have compared to the next guy. I'm not going out here trying to, make someone feel less than or belittle them. I'm not going out here pushing all of my issues and burdens onto someone else and telling them to, hey, deal with it, because this is who I am, right? And so I just think that Black men, y'all need to wake up and y'all need to realize that there's nothing wrong with therapy, and that a lot of you need it a lot more than you think. You can be that great man, that great provider, that great businessman, that great entrepreneur, that great father, that great whatever, but you will be 100 times better when you are healed, right? No one's saying that you're worthless. No one's saying that you're not good enough. You are for sure good enough, but you can be better if you're healed. When your mind is sound and you're at peace and you have addressed a lot of the things that have caused you to act or do certain things, you're a whole new person. You're a better person, okay? So that is the end of my spiel on that. I hope that someone took something from this. I hope that you guys share this with your Black male friends, your Black husbands, your Black brothers, your Black classmates, your Black coworkers, whatever it may be, because this isn't a drag to anyone. This isn't saying that, oh, all Black men are worthless or they're not good enough or they're crazy. No, like, just realize how much better you can be when you heal, right? Y'all want to take breaks from dating because, oh, so-and-so, these women only want you to take them to expensive places and wine and dine them, or I'm not dating anymore because these women only want this and that. One thing I learned about finding a good partner is that you have to let go of all those bad experiences from your past. Every bad experience in life is meant to be a lesson. You take that lesson to the next phase. You don't take the pain. You don't take the heartache. You don't take the trauma. You take the lesson. So if you're going to take breaks because this and that is going on, that's fine. But in the midst of that break, make sure you're healing from whatever it was that hurt you in the meantime. It's truly our duty. I know we want to pass it off. I know we want to say, well, she shouldn't have done that. Well, these women this. I know, but life isn't fair. Your boss shouldn't have done that. Your preacher shouldn't have done that. Your mom shouldn't have done that. Your cousin shouldn't have done that. But it happened, right? So when these things happen, you have to address them then and there. You have to work through those issues. And then when you go into that next phase with that next woman who hasn't done anything to you, please do not put that on her. Please don't put that on these women that are coming in with genuine intentions. All right? I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.